We live in a really weird time, and at any moment you can pick up your phone and basically enter somebody else's life. You can watch where they're traveling, you can watch someone that's making more money than you can watch someone that has a better body, a more exciting life, and if we're not careful, we can spend so much time looking at everybody else's life that we actually stop living our own. And my dad told me something a long time ago that I really like. He basically said, there will always be somebody in your life that makes more money than you. And most of the time, that person will be in your family. And oh, that irks me because I want to be the best, right, in the family. But I think that's just life. And you can finally hit your income goal and someone will make more than you. You can finally get in shape, but someone will be more jacked than you. You can buy a house, but someone will have a better house than you. You can get married, but someone will have a better marriage. So there is no finish line to comparison. And social media has basically given us unlimited access to people who have already ahead of us in every single category imaginable. You could feel amazing about yourself at 8 a.m. in the morning, but at 8:15 after scrolling, somehow your life sucks, your body sucks, your business is failing and you want to move to Italy. And I think this is where people don't talk about it a lot, but porn is also a big comparison. You're comparing your partner to a completely manufactured sexual experience. You can start wishing that your wife looked different or acted different or that sex looked different. And suddenly the real human in front of you doesn't feel as exciting. Not because they have changed at all, but your reference point has changed. And this is probably the part that scares me the most is you can spend your entire life wishing you're somewhere where you're currently not, making much more money, losing the weight, the business, the love, the kids, blah, 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 blah. And one day you wake up and you realize that that was your life. All those boring Tuesdays trying to get through it, all those mundane drives where you drive the same street over and over, those dinners, the morning with your kids, the seasons where nothing really massive is happening, and that's it. And I think people have probably realized this towards the end of their life, but I wonder if our generation is going to feel it more intensely because we have been given the ability to spend hours of our day, of our life, mentally living somewhere else. And this is one thing that I'm painfully trying to learn within my own journey is that life is pretty mundane. And I don't mean that in a depressing way, it's just slow. Most days aren't life changing. You wake up, you make breakfast, you work, clean the kitchen, come home, go to bed. And I think social media has completely screwed with our expectation of how interesting life is supposed to feel. Because online, every 5 seconds, there's something new, a new person, a new place, a new idea. And then you put the phone down, and suddenly your actual life feels painfully slow. But maybe life isn't the problem. Maybe we've lost our ability to experience the depth of ordinary things. And this is kind of where it's a little bit hard because humans need novelty, they need mystery, they need exploration, especially, I believe, men. But I don't think that's always means you're going to go somewhere new. I heard an idea that really stuck with me once that said, mystery doesn't always come from seeing a new world. Sometimes it comes from seeing your own world through a new set of lens. And I love that because you can travel across the world and still be completely checked out. I remember when I would go to the beach because that's where we lived in California. And it was supposed to be the day off. I was supposed to be relaxing, but I could not relax because my mind was on work. And I don't think the goal is to be constantly creating a more exciting life. Maybe it's becoming more interested in the life that you already have. And I think kids are an amazing example of this. They're ridiculously present. You know, you take your 2-year old outside and there's a rock, and all of a sudden this rock is incredible. They don't need Bali. They don't need a six-figure business. They don't need a cold plunge. They found a stick. And that's the greatest thing that's happened to them all day. And obviously, us adults, we have responsibilities, ambitions, and I'm not saying that we should stop wanting things, but I think kids remind us of something that we slowly forget, that we can actually just be here. You can actually experience your own life instead of constantly evaluating it. And I think that's one of the coolest and best parts about having kids is they kind of pull you back into reality. You're worried about the future and they're like, dude, dad, look at this worm. And for a second you're just like so present on this worm that you've seen thousands of worms, but like this worm specifically you're so present on. And I think that's what it means to actually choosing your own life. I don't think it means not wanting more or that you stop growing. It doesn't mean that you delete social media. It means you stop unconsciously allowing everybody else to determine whether your life is good enough. You can see someone making $10 million and still choose your life. You can see someone traveling across Europe and still choose your life on a Tuesday night at home. And you can see someone with a different body, relationship, career and say, dude, that's cool. I'm happy for you. Without immediately turning around and rejecting your own life. Because the danger isn't wanting things, the danger is spending your entire life mentally somewhere else. I think choosing your own life might be one of the most important skills that we need to relearn. And it's to actually be where we are, to let life be slow sometimes and to let it be ordinary, to find mystery in what's already around us, to want things without needing them in order to feel enough. Because there will always be another life that you could have lived, another person you could have married, a business you could have started, another city you could have moved to. But there's only one life that you actually get to experience, and that's this one. So I'm constantly trying to get better at choosing my own life.